It's like, what were you doing with my drapes? The drapes that were hanging in the apartment. I never got the answer to that. Hi, this is Kari from Sky Properties. Today I want to talk to you about social media. I know a lot of you just want to forget that it ever happened, and sometimes I do too. But you need to stay up on your social media and make sure that you don't have a site out there that has made your building a bad building to live in, because that is something that you will need to address in order to rent your apartments. One bad review can actually turn a lot of renters away. So if you get one, it's not the end of the world. It's important that you respond and that you not be defensive when you do. I sometimes will write out an entire response and then just delete it because it's inappropriate and I'm mad. And I know that the tenant saying it a lot of times is often not telling the truth, which I also cannot say. So I would say get that aggression out on paper somewhere else and be very professional on how you answer it, but address it. You don't want to leave a bad complaint unaddressed. Where you get into trouble on social media is when you don't respond to a bad review. One of the things you can do to offset a bad review, and we have people at Sky Properties that are really good about doing this. The second we get a bad review, they're able to find someone to write a good review. And the latest review always comes on top. That is very helpful, so that if you have one tenant say one thing and another do a good review, that's a very good offset. But also when you do something good for a tenant and they're like, thank you so much, that's the time to ask for a review, right then and there. If your tenant is thanking you, thank you so much, say, you know what, if you really want to thank me, you'll go online and do a review for me. We like to print out little cards that we can hand to our tenants that takes them quickly to a review page, and they can hit Google or Yelp and do a review. I think that if you have on-site employees, you want to remind them constantly to ask for the review. So when you do something really good for a tenant, that is the best time to ask them. You're not going to want to ask your tenant when their apartment's flooding to give you a good review. That is a bad time to ask your tenant for a review. A social review, social media has become so important today in renting your apartment.